Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name's Jen and I'm a self-taught nail enthusiast. And in today's video, I am going to be recreating a look that is inspired by one of my very favorite Halloween movies, and that is Hocus Pocus. I think most people have seen or at least heard of this movie. My husband is one of those rare creatures that never has. I tried really hard to find inspiration for this, so mostly I'm basing this off of a photo that I found on Pinterest, and I will link it down below so you guys can go check it out. And I'm just gonna go ham for this look. It might be more of a watch me work style video because I know it's gonna require a lot of concentration. But getting started, I am using quite a few items from my Macart boxes, meaning September and October. I've got a ton of polishes off to the side and other decorative items. So what do you say? Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I am going to be using is the yellow glow-in-the-dark polish that we got in our last box. I am going to put some base coat down just to help this stick. And I have been really loving this Model 1's 6-in-1. I used that gel to adhere my tips today, and I'm actually using the Allchem Long Coffin, and I really like these. I've only used them a couple times, but I have to say, comparing them to some of the more affordable gel style nails, I'm really impressed, and I'm surprised that I don't hear about them more. I was thinking of possibly doing a video of my best and worst nails, or rating them 1 through 10 kind of thing. If you'd be interested in seeing a video like that, just let me know down below, and if you want to see my full review on these nails, I will also link that. So I am just putting base coat on both of my index and thumb. Okay, so for this one, I just use alcohol as my slip solution. I probably should have used a base coat or a top coat with the red one. I always forget which one you're supposed to use. I just put this on all over the nail, and it's pretty easy to work with as one bead. It is more translucent than I expected, but the only time I really care about that, oh my god, is by the cuticle. Yes, I did just hit this on something. What kind of video would it be if I didn't get polygel or nail polish all over the place? This is why you come here, to watch me fail. It's really good with a patting and a wiping motion. It doesn't have that weird bouncy texture that the red one had at all. So I am fully committed to what I was saying, how it definitely has to do with the pigmentation and polygels. If it's more of a pigmented color, it's definitely tougher to work with because this is very, very easy. I barely have to go back into my alcohol at all. I might go back and add a little bit up to the cuticle area on all of these because when it glows in the dark, you can see the difference between that, and I don't really like the way that looks. So I may go back and just add a very thin second coat. I don't want to make them too thick because I am going to be drawing on top of them, and sometimes that has a tendency to make the nails a little bulky. I'm trying to avoid that because I like the shape of them right now. I think they look really nice coffin. And when I tell you these things glow, I mean you could see them from the moon. I'm so impressed by how beautiful this color is. And it just works perfectly for Halloween. I wish that we would have gotten this in our September box. I kept seeing people using it and I didn't realize that it was coming in our box yet. Some of Macart's affiliates. And I was oh man, I really want to get a glow in the dark pigment or something because it looks so cool. But here we are. The last and final Halloween look. It's gonna go out with a bang. Just kind of refining it now. I like to do a lot of the work with polygel so that I don't have to file that much. So I try to really get it as good as I want it. That way I have minimal filing to do. But I do think I'm going to go back in on all of these and just bump up that cuticle just a little bit more because I don't like the fact that you can see my natural nail from underneath it. And especially when it glows, you can really tell a difference. Just kind of getting any excess polish off. I don't want these to be thick as usual. But I mean, I don't know if you can tell. I'm having a much easier time working with this than I did with the red. That one was quite a nightmare to work with. Okay, I think I'm in a good spot. I'm gonna go ahead and cure this. I'll probably just file off camera. If I do decide to do another layer, I'll let you guys know. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start mapping out the cauldron and the witches and basically where I want everything to go. So I think I'm gonna do that in white just to make my life easier, and then I can like paint over it once I'm ready. So I'm gonna do, the cauldron is gonna be like on all 3 fingers. This, I think I might do the black flame candle, but I haven't decided yet. And then I'm gonna do like a head on each one. So I'm just doing like their hair and their mouth. I'll try to post the reference photo that I found that looked like this. I just thought it looked really cool. And it'll allow for some of this yellow to still stay on the nail. So I'm gonna start with, oh my gosh, why do I always forget what her name is? The one with the twirly hair on top. And I said I was a fan, right? Okay, so here we go. Let's do this. I kind of want her like tilted. So I'm gonna draw her hair first. Just a basic outline, nothing too crazy. Just want to make sure that I know exactly what I'm doing before I do it. Before I go in with like actual shadows. So okay, and of course Winifred and Miss Sarah with her beautiful blonde hair. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to know where their head is going to be and where I can draw the cauldron. So now I'm going to start with the cauldron. I'm going to do it in white. I'm just going to flash that so I at least have like a roadmap for where I'm drawing everything, because I'm the space that I'm working with. I'm going to start in the middle here because I kind of want this to like swoop a little, swoop down. Too much of a curve. Up. Sorry, I have a tendency to talk to myself sometimes when things get hard. Okay. That's our line for where we want the top to be. Okay. I'm trying to be in a position where you guys can see what I'm doing. I know it's really challenging. Okay. Very nice. Just see how it lines up. I think it looks good. Don't use your fingers to wipe this off. I actually like that. Okay, so let me round this off over here. And I think it's gonna look really cool. All right, let me just flash cure this, because like I said, there's gonna be paint going over it, but you get the gist of like where everything is gonna be sitting. All right, let's do this. I'll start with her hair because I'm gonna have like some smoke and stuff coming out of the top of the cauldron. I think I'm gonna use this color changing polish again. When it's warmed up, it'll turn yellow. You might see like the background, which could be cool. And I have another green around here somewhere too, but I'll find all that. Start with our first lovely sister here. Her hair was kind of like black purplish, so I'm going to start with the black and then I'll add in like the purple highlights. Two coats of black down. Now I'm going to start with this purple that I just kind of mixed some of the purple and a little bit of black together. I'm going to just kind of start highlighting the hair. I will say this yellow is not easy to cover at all, or this black just isn't that great. I don't know which one it is, but I love her little bangs that I've created here. All right, let me go in with this lighter purple. Ooh, it's looking so cute. All right, cure time. This is just to kind of add her little twirls. I will say these brushes are not that great, they're not that great. Sorry. Okay. I think our first sister is done. She is looking ready for the party. So I just put a plethora of orange polishes here. I think the winner is this one right here. It's called Burst Orange. It's A115 from this fall collection. I think it just suits Miss Winnie perfectly. Her hair is kind of crazy, so like you definitely don't need to be like super careful with it, but I mean, you do want some kind of like general shape when it comes to her hair, but like feel free to make her look like she stuck her hand in an electrical socket, because that's kind of what she looks like anyway, so. But don't like freak out if you're not like perfect with it. Oh, it's gonna look so good. So I might like highlight with some of these colors like I did with this one, but it's basically gonna be the same thing. So Miss Sarah, I don't really know what color to pick. These are the choices that I had for her hair, so I'm gonna do my best to create as close as I can to a blonde that I can. I might need to mix some of this yellow into this beige and some peach in there and just gonna do what I can. That's about as best as I'm gonna get it. I thought it would be cool to add some of the color changing on her hair as well, so that when it warms up it is like yellow. I don't know, like it'll probably look stupid when it's cold, but I think when it's warm it'll look kind of neat. So I don't want to get her too close to the cauldron, because like I said, there's gonna be stuff like coming out of it, so they're like kind of gonna be covered up anyways. And I'm like freaking out internally because I'm actually pulling this off and it actually looks nice, which I'm very surprised about. It's turning out better than I had expected and maybe even hoped. So I like to add just some like little hairs. Ooh, I like that color. All right, that worked out better than I had expected. That looks really nice, actually. Oh man, this looks so good. It looks so good. Okay, again, I'm gonna add some more dimension into the hair. Don't want to bore you guys too much. And then I think I'm gonna give them some lips. And I think I am gonna use this color changing red to put their lips on. I think that'll be fun. I'm trying to add in some like different elements of surprise into the nails, so it's not just like one note. Also, it's gonna glow, that's just freaking cool to begin with. So anyways, cauldron time. But don't they look beautiful? Oh, they're so cute. Oh, actually first I have to do the lips. What am I talking about? Oh my god. Okay, let's do the lips. So as we know, this is more of like a dark purple color, but when it's warmed up, it's a red. So that's why I wanted to use this, because I think it's a really cool shade. And it's got some shimmer in it too, which is kind of cute. A little dotting tool here. I'll probably have to outline these, but that's okay. Put a little smooch. I need one from you, my dear. I literally thought that I was not going to get this done, or that I wasn't going to be able to do it all week. Like, it just seemed like all the odds were like stacked against me. No matter what I tried to do, it wasn't working. I was just having a really hard time. But I'm glad I started over with the book, because I think that it looks really amazing now, and it just fits with the rest of the nails. I do wish that I would have left a little space so that there would have been some yellow to like glow. It is what it is. Nobody really looks at the thumb anyways. But all right, I will probably outline those in black just to bring them out a bit more, but I'll do that off camera. Honestly, I don't want to like bore you guys to death with this. Time to fill in the cauldron, and I think I'm gonna put some of this glitter on top, so I'm not 100% concerned if it's fully covered. So it's just about kind of getting that base down so that we don't see the yellow / green behind it. So I'm honestly so happy with the way this is turning out. I'm really glad I found that piece of artwork, because when I tell you that there were maybe like 3 of the same nail looks over and over and over again for Hocus Pocus, and some of them were just either too basic or ones where I was like, I cannot do that. Like, I'm not up to snuff yet to be able to do that just yet. Like, I tried to do the whole 3D thing on my thumb because I saw this woman do it with acrylic and it turned out so cool. But don't get me wrong, like, I wish I would have taken a picture of it and you guys could tell me like how awful it was. Really, it wasn't like awful, but I definitely think it looks better this way. I like it better. It's definitely a good idea to map this out first, because I feel like when I try to freehand stuff, I have a tendency to like run out of space, because it's a lot easier actually to like just kind of fill something in once you have like a general sketch. And that's what I would do if I was painting like a photo or something. Like, I would sketch it out first on the canvas. So, lesson learned. I am going to flash cure that so that I can do like the rim of this thing. Because I feel like if I were to try to do it now, it would just kind of like all blend together. I'm trying to just stick to like a general shape of a cauldron. Who knows if this is correct or not. And theirs was hanging. I'm aware of that, obviously, but we're not going for like an ultra realistic look here, even though I kind of did with the book, but that's okay. Anybody have like one scary movie that they watched when they were a kid that just totally scarred them for life? Mine was Pet Sematary. So my mom was letting my brothers watch it when I was younger and I was supposed to go to bed. But of course, I was like, that's not fair. Like, I want to watch the movie with you. Like, it's not fair. And I was really young, probably like 7 or 8 at the time. Maybe even younger because my parents split up when I was 7, so it had to have been younger than that. Oh my god. And I kept like coming out of bed and like coming in the living room crying like, I want to watch. And so my mom finally was like, fine, you want to watch, go ahead and watch, don't complain about nightmares tonight though, I don't want to hear it. Oh my god, that movie, literally, I could not sleep all night long. I kept having dreams about the part when she's like, no brain, no gain, or some shit like that. She's like sticking the screwdriver in her head. Oh god, it's awful. And then we had this cat that had one eye. He got into like an accident, and so he had one eye. And when he would walk around at night, you know how their eyes like glow like yellow? You would just see this one like glowing eye come down the hallway, and he freaked me out so much. I was terrified of him after that movie because obviously I think all the animals' eyes like glowed once they brought them back to life. Oh god. Yeah, that movie is definitely not for like the faint of heart. However, I will say, this is so weird, but my oldest, his birthday's in October. And on Sci-Fi, you know, they do like the scary movie marathons and all that stuff. And when I was in the hospital giving birth to him, I think I was watching Pet Sematary and the nurse looked up and she was like, that's a new one. I've never seen anyone watch that before while giving birth. Oh god. I used to be like really into scary movies when I was a kid and younger. I feel like I can deal with scary movies like that. I don't like anything about like demons. It's because I grew up in a very like religious household, and we were always taught that like if you watched scary movies like that, that the demons would like come through your TV and haunt you. Yes, this is what they told children in church when I was younger. Isn't that like, that's just awful? But that's, I mean, I don't know. I know there are people that believe that. I don't, but it doesn't stop me from being afraid, from being terrified of things about demons, because obviously when you grow up in a Christian family or you grow up in the church, you know, you believe that demons are real, and that stuff just freaks me out. I will never, ever put my hands on a Ouija board. Oh my god, it looks so great. Anyways, I will never put my hands on a Ouija board or anything like that. Like, you will not catch me doing no seances in my house, or I won't even allow a Ouija board in my house. My father-in-law tried to give one to my son, and I was like, nope, absolutely not. Burn that thing. Get it away from me. Don't bring it near me. Don't want none of the bad juju that is in that thing coming out. Call me crazy, but that's how I feel. I'm just going to put some top coat on. I just have some on my palette. I know it's impossible to see, but now time for the fun part. We're kind of just gonna be creating like some lines coming up, looking like a potion, like smoke coming out. If you see black glitter anywhere, just ignore it. I don't feel like talking about it right now, okay? Kind of feel bad because I'm going to be like covering up my beautiful artwork here, but you'll be able to see it. I just wanted this one because it changes colors and I feel like that would look cool. I might put some like on like the rim of the cauldron just to make it look like bubbles. I don't know why I keep putting this teal color down on my palette. Like, I'm not going to use that. It doesn't go with anything, but I'm like, maybe I might need it for something, you know? And I keep singing all of the songs from the movie in my head, and I want to use that. Like, I want to say it out loud, but I'm afraid I'm going to get like a copyright strike, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. So I did top coat, by the way, in case I wasn't happy with the way this looked and I messed up, I could wipe it off, whatever, just to kind of give myself some wiggle room. I'm just going to keep adding and changing and just adjusting. We'll see how this ends up. I think the layering of the colors looks really fantastic. I hope you guys like this. I really, really do. If you don't, I'm happy with it, and I feel like when it comes to a nail look, that's all that matters, right? As long as you love what you've created, that goes for any art, I think. As long as you love what you've created, then you did something right. I don't want to cover them completely because I do want you to be able to like tell what this is. So I think I might stop there with the smoke, but I am going to come down here and kind of draw some bubbles, like down at the edge, kind of like, sort of like boiling over. It's kind of like mixing the colors and layering them and whatnot, kind of just like twirling them together. Again, really no rhyme or reason what I'm doing. I'm just kind of mixing stuff together. Oh, that's a good idea. Draw some dots around. Even though this yellow is like baby poop yellow, it really worked for this. So thank God I had that color. When I put it out on my palette, I was like, oh God, that's hideous. But it worked perfectly for this. Nothing too crazy, but just to kind of look like it's sort of like cascading out of the smoke. Right? And maybe some down here on the cauldron. Do not mess this up. We are almost done. All right. I am obsessed. I am obsessed. What do you guys think? What do you think? I think it looks great. I'm only sad that I covered up their beautiful faces. But I think it looks great. So I'm thinking for the pinky, I have these stickers that I got from Amazon, and I'm thinking maybe doing like this jack-o'-lantern and then putting Mr. Jinxie on top. Or there's a black flame candle and there's a Hocus Pocus. I just feel like the biggest one would be to do something like that to round it off. Or I could draw a black flame candle and bring it all together. And I'm thinking I might have to do that. So let's get started. I think that's the only way that I can do it, is to draw the candle. So otherwise I just feel like what would be the point if I just plopped a sticker down. So let me just get some colors on my canvas and I'll come back. I'm going to try to do this rather quickly because I feel like that's just the way to go with this. So here we go. Again, totally fine if this is not perfect because it's like a wrinkly old candle, so not a big deal. Question is, do I make it bigger? Do I make it that size or bigger? I think I'm just gonna have to go a little bit bigger. So now for the drips, I'm just gonna try to like draw it on like melted candle wax. Not bad. All right, not bad. Cure that. Now for the flame. Of course, it's a black flame candle, so... Alrighty. Now, I am gonna outline this whole thing in black just to make it, like, stand out a little bit more, so... I love it. Let me just add, like, some smoke coming off. And I'm done. Guys, I'm gonna cure this. I am gonna top coat this. Woo! I love it. I really do love it. So let me just go ahead and do all that, and we'll be back to assess the final look. Ta-da! What? I created that. I did that. And the book. Don't even get me started. All right. It's really cute, but let's just check this out, shall we? Woo! Oh man! That looks so cool. Oh, I love it. I kind of wish I would have made the thumb a little glowy, but I'm happy with this. It's even more glowy and it looks sick in the dark because you can really see them. Whoa, that looks so cool. I really hope the camera is like picking this up. That's really cool. All right, I'm officially obsessed with this look. Woo! I cannot believe that I did this. I do love it. I really, really do. I love the book. I think he looks great. I do wish I would have left a little bit of green for him to glow, but I can't complain. I'm really, really happy with the way this turned out. I hope you guys enjoy this video. This is my last shebang. This is my last Halloween look of the year, and I had to go big or go home, right? So I hope that you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll stick around because there are greater and bigger things coming. So before you leave, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and hit that bell notification button so you never miss a mani with me. Bye guys!